Well, it's the annual Volunteers Day. Here we are at the lunch, and we've got with us William Lonsdale, Jane Lonsdale, Michael Lonsdale. Jane, it really is a family affair, getting everybody involved, and it's fantastic that we still have days like this, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think there's volunteering jobs at the club that can be done by anybody of any age. There's always something that needs doing that they can do, and I personally encourage them to volunteer because I think we're a volunteer-run club and we need to make sure that the volunteers are coming through from all ages.
Dad's missing today because he's got to work, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Tell us about how you all got involved with Wimbledon FC in the first place, and AFC Wimbledon.
So Richard was a fan and used to go to Plough Lane when he was younger. For my sins, my first ever football game was Arsenal away, stood on the Highbury North Bank. But I've always enjoyed football, and as a single female it was difficult to go in the sort of early 80s. When I met Richard, obviously came along to Wimbledon. That was when we were at Selhurst Park, and then have been season ticket holders pretty much ever since, and obviously AFC Wimbledon.
William, did you have any choice growing up being a Wimbledon supporter?
No, I had no choice. To be fair, I would have been a women's sport anyway, probably.
What's your best memories of Wimbledon so far?
I don't know. Either Manchester or Wembley last year, or the Corinthian Casuals game because I was a mascot there at Wembley.
Michael, for you, what's your best memories of AFC Wimbledon?
It's got to be playoff final, getting through to the league.
And do you enjoy getting involved in the clean-up days and so on? You come down for them, yeah?
Yeah.
William, yourself as well?
Yeah.
It's all good to be a part of, yeah, to help this club, yeah?
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Jane, what kind of year has it been for yourself? It's a busy year, isn't it? Because you're involved with the Dons Trust and something like that.
Yeah, it has been a really busy year. I mean, a good year, a great year. Obviously, we've got promotion, new stadium, brink of new stadium, lots of stuff going on the board. Personally launched web jam and all of that kind of stuff. So it has been a busy year, but it's been a really good year actually. There's not been. I can't remember a year as AFC Wimbledon where we've had big problems, where we've had everybody not happy or not wanting. We're all pulling in the same direction. We all want the same thing. It's great.
And for anybody who doesn't know, just let them know about the fact of how many volunteers we've got here today and how many areas of the club that they work for and help out.
Blimey! So I think we've got 105 people today, but that's only the people that could come. That the invitation goes out to anybody who's volunteered at the club within the last 12 months, and there's people, there's turnstile operators, there's matchday programme sellers, there's clean-up weekend people, there's people who helped at the Junior Dons party, there's people who have, like myself, who's on the board. Anything where you volunteered, stuffing envelopes in the office, whatever it happens to be, you're welcome to come.
And they help save this club so much money, don't they? They really are appreciated.
Yeah, I don't know the figure, but I know Eric has tried to work it out in the past, because without our volunteers we just couldn't run as a club. We just couldn't do the things we do, and that means that we wouldn't have progressed through the leagues, because we need the money, obviously, to pay the players and to fund the stadium and to everything else we're doing, just to keep the club afloat. If we didn't have the volunteers doing that, we wouldn't be able to operate how we do.
We've just had the lunch, we've had the speeches from Eric Samuelson and Ian McNay as well, so a couple of great speeches as well, and maybe some hope of getting the volunteers involved in the project in the future by the sound of it.
Yeah, as I say, there's always something. If anybody wants to volunteer, there is always something we can find you to do, and we're all, from a trust point of view, we've just worked out our priorities for this coming year. We've got several working groups about to start up. If you want to be involved, get in touch.